There is a particular kind of accusation that doesn't need evidence to do its damage. It just needs to be spoken out loud, in the right room, to the right people. And suddenly, you're the one who has to prove something that should never have needed proving. Tonight's story is about a sister, a phone, and a line so revealing that once you hear it, you can't unhear it. This is her story, in her own words. She's 26. Her older sister, 29, is getting married in about a month. And before that sister even knew her fiancé existed, OP worked with him. Almost 2 years at the same company. Friendly coworkers, lunch with colleagues, work texts, covered for each other on tasks. Nothing romantic ever happened between them, not even close. When her sister found out they already knew each other, she laughed it off. She even joked that OP should share any embarrassing stories from the office. The whole thing was a non-issue. Everyone moved on. That lasted until a few weeks ago. Her sister called crying. She'd found old messages on his phone, messages from years before she and the fiancé had ever met. One where he said he missed her at work that day. One where she said she wished he'd come in. Standard coworker coverage messages, nothing more. Her sister asked if she'd ever had feelings for him. She said no, honestly, because she genuinely hadn't. Then her sister asked to go through her phone. All of it. Old backups, social media messages, everything. She laughed, thinking it was a joke. Then got annoyed when it kept coming. She told her sister to look at his phone instead. Why hers? Her sister's answer was one of the most revealing sentences in this entire story. Her sister's friends got involved, telling OP that handing over her phone would help avoid drama before the wedding. Her mother sided with her sister, calling OP too prideful over a small issue. Her sister kept asking why she wouldn't just clear her name. This pissed OP off even more. What name does she need to clear? She's focusing on the wrong person entirely. The final demand came when her sister told her she didn't feel comfortable having OP at the wedding unless she handed over her phone first. Not as a request, as a condition of attendance. OP told her she wouldn't be attending at all. Her sister could have the wedding she wanted without her there. In the comments, OP added something that recontextualizes everything. She believes her sister already asked her fiancé, and he told her nothing happened. And she didn't believe him, so now she's coming for OP's phone as a secondary source of proof, as if OP would produce evidence her own fiancé couldn't. Reddit's verdict, not the asshole. 96% upvoted, nearly 10,000 points. Let's sit with that line for a moment. I don't want him to think that I don't trust him. She already went through his phone. She found messages she didn't understand. She asked him about them. He told her nothing happened, and she didn't believe him. All of that happened before she ever came to her sister. And at every step, her concern wasn't resolving the distrust. It was hiding it. She's not trying to fix a problem. She's trying to manage an image. And the cost of maintaining that image is her own sister's privacy, dignity, and ultimately, her presence at the wedding. Think about what that line actually reveals. She is about to stand in front of everyone she knows and make a lifelong promise to a man she doesn't trust. And her solution isn't to talk to him honestly. It's to find proof while keeping the whole investigation invisible to him. She doesn't want him to think she doesn't trust him. The operative word is think. She's fine with him not knowing the truth, as long as the surface looks right. What is she going to tell her fiancé when his old work friend isn't at the wedding? Whatever story she constructs, it will have to leave out the part where she demanded proof and didn't get it. And if that story ever unravels, he will have been walking into a marriage already built on a secret she kept from him about how she really feels. Several commenters pointed out what I think is the sharpest observation in the entire thread. Even if OP had handed over her phone and there was nothing to find, her sister would have found something to focus on. A tone, a word, a message deleted years ago that she would now assume was suspicious. She's already decided what she thinks. The phone isn't a search for truth, it's a search for confirmation. What I find most interesting about this story isn't the accusation or even the demand. It's what OP actually stood for by refusing. She isn't refusing because she has something to hide. She's refusing because she doesn't. And handing over her phone wouldn't have proved that. It would have accepted the premise that she owed proof in the first place. That her word, after years of being someone's sister, isn't enough. That she is guilty until she passes a search. Some things are worth refusing not because the cost of giving in is too high, but because the act of giving in redefines who you are to the people asking. The top comment, with over 14,000 upvotes, laid out the two most likely explanations. Either something else triggered this level of mistrust, or she isn't emotionally ready for what she's walking into. Several replies added a third, that she's the one with something to feel guilty about and is projecting it outward. One comment said it simply and exactly. You can't prove a negative. Even if she looked through everything and found nothing, she'd assume the evidence had been deleted. There's no version of cooperation that satisfies someone who has already decided. And this one cut through everything else. She isn't looking for the truth. She's looking for something to confirm what she's already decided to believe. Clearing your name is impossible when the other person isn't interested in your name being cleared. Here's where Wren lands on this one. She made the right call. Not because her sister was wrong to feel insecure. Insecurity before a wedding is human, and sometimes it points at something real. But because there is a line between reaching out to someone you trust and demanding they prove themselves to you. Her sister crossed it, and when she crossed it, she revealed something more important than anything OP's phone could have shown her. That she was willing to burn down the relationship with her sister to protect the image she wanted to maintain with her fiancé. I keep thinking about what happens at the wedding. Wherever OP is that day, her sister will stand there next to a man she went through his phone to investigate, in front of everyone she loves, making a promise she has already decided isn't enough on its own to make her feel safe. And nobody in that room will know. That's not a small thing. That's the foundation. And foundations built on managed appearances rather than honest trust have a way of making themselves known eventually. Some things you can hide for a while. Some things surface on their own schedule. More whispers are coming. Follow Wren so you never miss one. I'll see you in the shadows.